Welcome to my new channel. I appreciate you spending your time watching this first video where I want to introduce why it's being created, what subjects it's going to cover, and who it is intended for. Starting off with why. Well, with this channel, I get to finally fulfill my destiny. As a small Chinese child watching Saturday morning rerun movies and television, there weren't many Asian role models. Solely based on these shows, at a pivotal time in my life, I learned I was destined to be one of four things. A great, inscrutable detective, an evil, diabolical madman out to rule the world, a servant who spoke really bad English, or an ancient wise man living in a hut at the top of a mountain. After many decades of life, as I go into retirement, my dream and destiny will finally come true. Which of the four should I choose? Well, I always wanted to be thought of as a man of intellect, an honorable man, a heroic figure. I plan to become a great detective, like my Chinese hero, Charlie Chan. I will use my deep Eastern wisdom to solve crimes. No murderer will escape my... What? Charlie Chan was played by a white guy? No, that can't be. Who's Warner Oland? A Swedish-American actor? Whose real name is Johan? So not an Asian role model after all. Well then, choice number 2. My destiny is to become like the great Fu Manchu. Master of crime, overlord of the Western underworld, possible world domination. As you once feared, the yellow peril has truly arrived. What? Don't tell me Fu Manchu was also a white guy? A whole bunch of them. And him again? Motherfucker. Okay then. I only have 2 things left. Let's see. A servant. And of course, no yellow face there, because it's a menial job. So gracious of Warner or Johan to leave that one for us. Screw it, I don't want to do that. Only one option left. My final dream and destiny. I am going to become an ancient wise Chinese man living at the top of a mountain dispensing knowledge. Except I don't really want to live in a hut. I like my indoor plumbing. And a mountaintop won't do. I'm lazy AF. No way I'm hiking to a mountaintop. So YouTube instead. I will become an ancient wise Chinese man, sitting in my living room, at my laptop, dispensing knowledge. What type of knowledge? How much knowledge? In life, you can become an expert in anything. You can study, you can train, you can practice. You can also learn through experience. Over time, one day you could become a specialist. Through education and experience, you can become an expert with the skills to mentor other people into becoming experts as well. For this channel, that's not what we're going to do. I am not going to give you that level of knowledge. This is YouTube, and you are watching a cartoon made by someone with no animation skills. All I am going to do is give you basic information, simple knowledge. But simple and basic doesn't mean not useful. I see you are confused. Well, Grasshopper, let me explain it to you with an example, because that is what we old wise Chinese men are supposed to do. This is my friend Gordon. Gordon and I met in high school, and he has stayed my friend for almost 45 years. So we already know Gordon lacks the wisdom to make good choices. But wisdom and knowledge are not the same. How knowledgeable is Gordon? Well, if you were to put the two of us in this room full of people, Gordon would be the dumbest guy in the room. Am I being mean? Not if it's the truth. In fact, if you put us into this other room full of clowns, Gordon would still be the dumbest guy in the room. Now you're thinking, I'm really being mean. What you're missing, though, is context. This is my lesson or example on knowledge. Remember, one acquires knowledge through education and study, or through life experience. There are so many different areas one can learn, you need to know what the subject matter is that we are talking about when assessing someone's level of knowledge. You can know a lot about that subject and be considered smart, or you can know very little about that subject and be considered dumb. What if I told you that the first room was filled with lawyers and law students? The subject matter is law. If knowledge is obtained through education and study, Gordon has never gone to law school. I, on the other hand, have a law degree. In that context, Gordon is uneducated in law, so in a room full of people who are, he is the dumbest guy in the room. What about the room full of clowns? Since it's clowns, we know the subject matter has to be how to kill someone, probably with a chainsaw. If knowledge is obtained through hands-on experience, Gordon has never killed anyone. I, on the other hand, never mind, ignore that. If the subject is the joy of killing people, because Gordon is inexperienced, he is also the dumbest guy in this room. But what if we were in a room full of physicists and mathematicians, and the subject matter was quantum physics? Well, Gordon has studied physics and is brilliant in math. I am not. I would be the dumbest guy in this room. These are examples of expert levels of knowledge. There are so many subjects out there that you cannot possibly hope to become an expert in everything. However, to get through life, you don't need expert levels of knowledge in everything. In many areas, you just need a basic, simple, functional level of knowledge. Gordon doesn't need to know all the nuances of jurisprudence. He just needs the basics to exist in society. The basics can get you through quite a lot of situations. A little common sense does help. Run, you fool. And if basic knowledge can't get you through a situation, it may be enough to help you recognize you need to seek out expert levels of knowledge. I don't need to understand Schrodinger's theories or do complex formulas. I just need a basic understanding of day-to-day math to get through life. Anything more complicated than that, I have a Gordon. If I have a difficult math problem, I just need to recognize it is beyond my capabilities and go ask him. I only need enough knowledge to be able to recognize when I'm in over my head. I need to know what I don't know. This then will be the purpose of this channel. Basic levels of knowledge presented through poorly researched scripts, jokes that I tell for myself, and poor quality animation, teaching whatever topics I feel like. They may give enough knowledge that will help you to get by, maybe get you started thinking about a subject. Sometimes it'll be just enough to help you realize when you need to consult an expert. But I make no promises. For now, I plan to focus on principles of financial literacy, some principles of law, personal life lessons and philosophies, and the occasional old man rants at the world. Thank you for watching. If you like, please watch this video, which I have already posted. This video, starring Winston, is the first in a series of financial literacy videos revealing the secret, the ancient principle that brings you financial success. No, not the law of attraction, the law of compounding. Understanding compounding is the basic foundation of so many aspects in your personal financial life.